The Nordic may seem extreme, but it scales. And I believe starting with a back extension is great. Hand assisted was the lower back breakthrough for my dad. I also train my lower back from seated and standing positions. But this is what my dad enjoyed doing and got wins with. Context, I believe opening up the other side is just as important. In fact, my lower back theory is that it's the center of your body, and modern life makes it the bursting point. So improving a broad variety of connecting strengths and flexibilities is how I've helped a lot of people go from fragile to resilient lower backs. Now back to the Nordic. This is where I start youth because you only need a parent and a couch cushion, and you can try to get a head start against that epidemic of knee surgeries. Once a week, back extension, and once a week, Nordic, just on the way down, is the ATG Zero backside system. ATG Pro then adds once a week seated and standing backside training. Now that we got the quick education done, short, casual conversation on one context point, which here is that I don't actually think those are better than other options for the backside. They just give a balance. Here's what I mean. Hamstring curl machine. This is my ATG headquarters, and I think it's worth having here. I think hamstring curl machines are great. If you go to a gym and you love using the hamstring curl machine, I don't think you also have to do the Nordic. My exact journey got more serious about the Nordic 8 years ago or so because I was training a local high school football team. I could not train the whole team on our one hamstring curl machine. These were very expensive and not realistic to move around during workouts. And to train the whole team, I would have to reconfigure the gym for that day's workout. So I got 3 Nordic benches, and those I could wheel around easy, and I would actually set up plyometric boxes in the front to lift up the front end, because not all players, only the natural fastest freak athletes could do a Nordic. The bigger guys, slower guys, had to lift up the front end. So as a trainer, I was spending so much time lifting up front ends and stuff like that. So that's why eventually, now with my own equipment company, I made it so it can scale. That was the fundamental reason that I didn't use a hamstring curl. No other reason. I could not get the whole team strong behind the knee if I couldn't train it. This allowed us, once a week, we got really strong behind the knee. I fell in love with it. Then COVID hit. Then I trained for the last 4 years, 90% in my yard. I don't even want to think about trying to get a hamstring curl machine into my yard or my garage. It actually started, I was setting up a garage gym, and I just enjoyed the natural light so much that I kept some equipment outside. Now, as you can see there, I don't think Nordic better than hamstring curl. I do think it's a good idea to get in something behind there, particularly for athletes. I think for longevity, as long as my parents are getting stronger, getting a burn in these backside muscles, man, I'm happy if they're hitting the back extension. Most people don't even exercise. I'm never gonna be arguing with someone over what's better for exercise. If you're exercising and you're happy with your exercise, that's it, that's my job. So you're already doing it, even if it's different than what I believe in. Now, I do find for myself that getting some back extension, getting some of the seated Goodmorning, which really stretches those inner thighs, opens up and strengthens the inner thighs. So when I'm in this position, I can get an amount of weight that feels good on my back. I'm under tension for the lower back, and I can stretch those inner thighs. And then this is different. This stretches those hamstrings more. So I just find that with both of those, I don't seem to ever run into back issues, groin issues, hamstring issues. Injuries could always happen. I'm not exempt from injuries, but I play basketball hard, I work out pretty hard, and knock on wood, it's been like a solid 10 years that I haven't had any like soft tissue injuries, no knee setbacks, no lower back setbacks, and I think this balance of abilities is the reason why. So that's my advice for you, is to have some sort of a balance of training the backside, to have it things that you actually enjoy doing so you'll stick with it. It should feel good for you. And there you go. I hope this helps. If you want to keep it real simple, you can follow ATG Zero. If you want to do all the stuff I enjoy, you can toggle right over to ATG Pro. Use me and the team for whatever you need to master this stuff. There's no long-term contract, and we do maintain the lowest price to actually answer you and coach your form videos, so you master this stuff with the same forms and results as if you were in here with me. That was the goal when we started, and we've kept it the same price ever since. Thank you to everyone out there doing ATG.